Okay, let's talk about marketing miles per gallon and how you can take a piece of content and make it into so many more pieces of content to make it easier to create content. I'm going to get an aide here to talk through. Okay, I'm hoping to do this in 3 minutes. Who knows? I talk a lot. So, very first, how to take one piece of content and make it into multiple. First thing being your long format content, blog, long video, or podcast. So, whatever you're going to take and make, it's going to take you the longest, make it first whenever possible, because if you have the momentum, then the rest of this will be much easier. Okay, so if you made a blog, take that blog and make it into a video. Easy. You could do Lumen 5. You could read it. You could do a bunch of different things. You could take that blog and then ad lib it and make it into a podcast, right? So you can take that long format content and make it into another piece of long format content. If you have a video, take that and make it into a blog. Now, if you don't have a website and you don't want to do that, but you're present on LinkedIn because that's where your audience can be, take that and make it into a LinkedIn article. Another thing you could do too is you could take the blog, convert it into a PDF on something like Canva, and make that a LinkedIn native piece of content, a PDF on LinkedIn. And I'm telling you, those go so far. Okay, anyways, so you take that long format piece of content, whatever that is, your blog, your video, or your podcast, and then you make it into 5 to 6 Instagram and Facebook posts. Now, if you have a small audience, you can link your Instagram to your Facebook and you could schedule this all on Facebook, okay? Or you could do Instagram drafts. That would work too. But this would be captions that go along with static posts, or carousels work really well on those platforms too. The key is you don't want any kind of like branded type of content on there. Like if you have an actual image of people, don't put a watermark and a logo on there. People just don't like that. So now you take snippets of that video if you've created video as your long format piece of content, and then you make that into TikToks and Reels. So if you've recorded it on your computer or on a DSLR or something like that, this is when you take that and you make it into really good TikToks and Instagram Reels. However, do it native on the platform if you can, right? Because it's going to be better for the algorithm that way. But you could get at minimum 5 out of this, especially if you have like a 10 or 15-minute video or podcast or a long format article. I mean, you could get so much out of that. If you have data in there for whatever reason, infographics are huge. You can spin a lot of things into data and make infographics. Those go really far still on Facebook, depending on your audience, and LinkedIn too. LinkedIn is a great place for infographics, especially if it's a PDF. Then anything you put in there, try to use it in a poll on Instagram or LinkedIn, in your story on Instagram or Facebook. Ask people, talk to people, do a LinkedIn poll, get people engaged. Last thing to make it go farther, if you have comments in your TikTok, use reply videos. I think you can do an Instagram too. I'm not quite sure. I'll come back on that. But use this to make reply videos. So